Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is quotes 223. Today we have another one by Ayn Rand. Remember, she was a political writer. She was originally born in Russia, and so she got to see, the changeover in Russia. And she came to America, and she really appreciated, the rights that most Americans have. And she wrote about this for many, many years. So let's take a look at the quote that she has here. Individual rights are not subject to public vote. A majority has not right to vote away the rights of a minority. The political function of rights is precisely to protect minorities, and the smallest minority on earth is the individual. Those who deny individual rights cannot claim to be defenders of minorities. Okay, let me cover this a little bit. So individual rights that every person has just by being a citizen, are not subject to public vote, so they don't depend on it. So public vote is not supposed to be able to change this. They're not subject to that. A majority has not right to vote away. So the majority, if the majority doesn't like it, they can't vote away the rights of the minority. The political function, the purpose, that's the reason we have the government, or the reason why we're supposed to have government, function of rights is precisely means exactly, to protect minorities. And the smallest minority on earth is the individual, because you can't get less than that. That goes down to one person. Those who deny individual rights, so those who try to say that maybe we should limit individual rights, or we should take away any individual rights. Well, if they say that, then they cannot claim to be defenders of minorities. Minorities mean minority groups, usually groups that are the smaller part of the population. Let's continue here. This quote often reminds me of the story. You have two wolves and a sheep, and the two wolves can vote what's for dinner. Yeah, this is what you always hear when people talk about something like this. This is why you don't want the majority to be able to vote away the rights of the minority, because if it really was two wolves and a sheep, well, the two wolves would be the majority, and they could just vote to eat the sheep, and that would not be good. So you wouldn't want them to be able to take away rights like that. So that's a story that's often talked about when you talk about something like this, or brought up. Let's continue. Most of the basic rights in the U.S. Constitution are based on individual rights. None of them mentions if the majority does not like it, they can change our basic rights. Yeah, there's nothing in the Constitution that says that. And, here's the example, such as freedom of speech, probably the very most important freedom we have. Freedom of religion, freedom to assemble, to gather together into groups. Sometimes if you have a tyrannical government, they don't like you to do that because they might think you're planning something. The right to keep and bear arms, to have weapons, guns, and the right to petition the government, to try to make changes or protest, more or less. That's what we mean by the right to petition. Okay, let's continue. In our modern times, very often, many politicians often are trying to put limits on our basic rights. We hear this a lot. Little by little, they're trying to do it. Many of those very same ones, that's trying to put limits on our rights are politicians often who claim they support minorities or minority groups. Ayn Rand is letting you know the smallest minority is the individual. And all our rights that cover the individual need the most protection. So she's saying, if there's some politician out there and they're trying to limit some rights that's on individual people, the freedom of privacy, the freedom of speech, freedom to bear arms, freedom to protest, then they cannot claim that they are in favor of any minority group. Anyway, I guess it's food for thought. Let me know what you think. I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.